Hello, my name is Adinda Yuniawan from English Literature Department. So today I want to show you my midterm exam project for language assessment subject. And the material is about C-test. So the first one is the explanation about C-test. What is C-test? So the C-test is a type of language test developed to measure language competence efficiently. It focuses on contextual understanding, vocabulary, and grammar skill through a unique format, where some words in the text are omitted and the test taker must complete them. So the purpose of C-test is to highlight particular linguistic components in the text. Every second word in the text is partially removed for C-test, and participants are only given the first half of the word that is missing. So basically this method tests participant ability to correct complete the word while simultaneously giving them more hints about desired term. C-test can thus be used more successfully to gauge participants' language and comprehension abilities. Next, there is advantage and the disadvantage of C-test. The first one is advantage. So basically the advantage of C-test, there is four advantage. The first one is C-test can be completed in a short time and it is easy to set up, making it suitable for large group testing or assessment that need to be conducted quickly. The second one is C-test scores are binary, making the assessment process objective, easy, and can be automated with the help of software. The third is the C-test covers various aspects of language ability, such as contextual understanding, grammar, and vocabulary, thus providing a broader picture of a person's language competence. And the last one is the C-test can be easily adapted to varying level difficulty, depending of the language proficiency level you wish to measure, making it suitable for a wide range of learning levels. Next, the disadvantage of C-test. There is four disadvantages of C-test. The first one is the C-test can be too difficult for beginners because it requires a very broad understanding of context and vocabulary. Conversely, for advanced speaker, this test may not be challenging enough to measure more complex language skills. Number 2, like other written tests, the C-test only measure language comprehension in written test form, making it less than ideal for assessing speaking or listening skills. Number 3, the C-test does not give participants the opportunity to demonstrate language creativity or field reading skills due to its highly structured format. And the last one is because only half the words were removed, participants may have guessed more than they understood the correct word. So the score obtained did not always reflect deep understanding. So this is an example of a C-test question. Here there are questions with words that have empty parts that must be filled in. So the answer of the C-test question example, the first one is learning, the second one is language, the third one is both, number 4 is exciting, number 5 challenging, number 6 requires, number 7 patience, number 8 practice, number 9 dedication, and number 10 approach.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is presentation by me, Anggita Prameswari, and Adinda Yuniawan. So this is C-test part 2 about simulation, scoring, and justification. The next is C-test development simulation. In this simulation, the students are given two short tasks to complete. And this is a example question. And the answer is traveling is one of the most enjoyable activities. It allows people to experience new cultures, try different foods, and meet new friends. Traveling also helps individuals to relax and unwind from their daily routines. It provides a sense of freedom and adventure that can be hard to find in daily life. And the next is ini example question 2, and the answer is in order to improve your English skill, it's important to practice regularly. You should books, listen to podcasts, and watch movies in English. It also beneficial to engage in conversation with native speakers. Practice will help you build your vocabulary and improve your grammar. And this is about scoring. The first is correct answer. Each correctly completed word earns 1 point. And the second is partially correct answer. If a student completes most of the word, for example, only one letter is incorrect, they receive 0.5 points. For instance, the word experience answered as experience would receive 0.5 points. And the third is incorrect answer. Completely incorrect or unanswered response receive 0 points. This is about scoring scale. Mm, Number one is the total words to complete in both text is 30 words, 15 words per text. And the second is the maximum score for each text is 15 points, 1 point per correct word. And the third is final score. The total score from both texts is calculated and multiplied by 3 to obtain a score out of 100. For example, if a student scores 25 points out of 30, their final score is 25 per 30 times 100. It is 83.33. And the next is assessment criteria. And the first is 85 100 points high proficiency. The student successfully completes most words correctly, showing excellent command of vocabulary and grammar. And the next is 70 84 points intermediate proficiency. The student can complete most words, but there are some errors in word choice or grammar. And the next is 50 mm, and 69 points. It's basic proficiency. The student struggles to complete words accurately and shows limitations in language comprehension. And the last is below 50 points. It is low proficiency. The student only completes a few words correctly and requires significant improvement in language skill.
Next is justification. The selected texts cover diverse topics, namely tourism and language learning. Both topics are suitable for intermediate levels, as they contain common vocabulary frequently used in everyday conversation. So the first text includes vocabulary related to everyday activities, such as experience, cultures, freedom, relevant to intermediate student comprehension levels. The second text is more related to academic practices and language learning activities, which is also appropriate for intermediate students, testing their ability to understand practical instruction and application in a more formal context. So the next one is benefits of using C-test. There is 4 benefits. The first one is time efficiency. The C-test is relatively quick and can be completed in a short amount of time, making it very useful for measuring overall language comprehension within a limited time frame. The second one is measure multiple aspects of language proficiency. The C-test not only assesses vocabulary and grammar, but also students' ability to comprehend text holistically. This provides a more comprehensive view of their language skills compared to multiple choice tests or closed tests. The third one is objective and consistent scoring. So since the test format is binary, correct or incorrect answer, the scoring process is more objective and consistent. This helps reduce bias in assessment and make it easy to grade in large number. The last one is focus on contextual understanding. So the C-test emphasizes the sentence context comprehension rather than more vocabulary memorization or grammar rules, providing a more accurate picture of students' language abilities in real-world context. The next one is comparison with other methods. Closed tests delete word randomly without a clear pattern, which can make the test harder and lead to less consistent assessment. However, the C-test with a structured deletion method gives students clearer cues for filling in missing words. For the multiple choice tests are often assess student knowledge of grammar or vocabulary in a limited form and are less effective at measuring students' ability to connect words within a broader context. And the last one is open writing tests can provide good insight to student writing skills but often require more time for assessment and may be influenced by elements like creativity or writing style rather than pure language ability. However, the CTES is more focused on fundamental language comprehension that can be applied in everyday communication context.